Good ladies and gentle evening. Last time we fixed up the automation to send ISO resin back home. Well, we kind of fixed it up. It's not 100% working properly, but we got the basics in place. And we are now going to continue just cleaning up, getting the last of it done, and sending Ellie back home. And if I can multitask enough, I will also send Bubbles out to do a bit of research, a bit of space scanning, see what else is out there. Let's get into it. Let's see what we can do. Let's hope all these symbols disappear on here. Oh, yep. Thinking about it. Yeah, right, good. I just started drawing these in at the end of the last episode. What's that, a bit of igneous? Yep. Let's push that along to there. And that should really push this water level up pretty high. We're gonna run this, hopefully, all the way to the end of here. So the items in this area will be nice and chill. Hopefully. Probably. We'll see. Got a lot to cool down here. So it's coming at the point where it's already been round and cooled down all the machinery that it has to. And then it's coming into this water and cooling this water down, which our output ISO resin is going to flow through. And also, all the tungsten that comes out is dropping right here at the moment. We may put a sweeper just to send the tungsten if we want to add some tungsten and send that home. If we put a sweeper and a conveyor loader somewhere here, we can add that to the system. That will be good. Let's get things rocking and rolling. Moving things out of my way. Oh. Hopefully the fan's not too loud and noisy. Right. Excellent. This is going to mean that this is a bit annoying. We won't be able to get under there very easily. Come on. Build those things. I think she was stood in it. That's why it's going weird. Also, before we go, mess around with this rail and make it zigzag up and down all the way along. Just to be annoying. What is that tile doing there? We can block that with a tile or something. And we'll delete it, and that might sort this out and make it level up correctly, because it looks alright odd, doesn't it? I think it's because it's got a coating of water. Yeah, some of it's polluted and some of it's clean water. Right, good job. There's resin, there's polluted water, that can be emptied. Polluted water can be emptied. Not super high priorities, are they? No. I'll add more water to the system, and that's what we want. Right, get that cracking. Ellie's done a lot of work around here, hasn't she? Crikey. Get on with it. Howdy, Shiny. How ya doing? I hope you're well. Crikey. Right. She's done all this place all on her own. Old Ellie here. Where's she gone? Ellie, where you gone? Where you gone, Ellie? Oh, there she is. She's off. Off to the toilet in a spacesuit. And we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. And there's a bit of plastic there, so we can't actually really see, but bleh, there you go. The wonders of pooping into outer space. And the double suit lock. One suit off, one suit on. Oh, she did mop this resin up. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's late and I can't sleep, so what we got to do is we have to drop. We have got somewhere a little bit of naphtha. We're going to chuck it in this and drip it right there where that resin used to be. That can be set to resin, I guess. Resin. Where's resin? We get rid of that. Resin should be here somewhere. Resin, there you are. So we'll get rid of that resin, dump it into space, and that'll vanish. Long day at work, was it? A bit hard work. Working hard all day. Look at that, she's always on the goddamn phone. I like how there's a little seat there and the little feet don't even reach the floor. Sits there chatting on the phone. Anyone there? Oh. Babbling to no one. Aww. No one to talk to. Oh well. Right, so the general idea is we go to Illa. Food gets made. These are bug buckets. Lovely, delicious bug buckets. They get swept up. Goes along all this railing. Ah, the boss plays this game. So the food comes into this little chamber here, which we've made sort of like minus 30, so it should theoretically be, you know, frozen in here. Minus 29 gas. So the bug buckets get dropped off in there. This door opens every now and again by this timer, and the sweeper is allowed to sweep that away, which goes up this rail and across here and into the interplanetary launcher. Interplanetary launcher shoots it over to the Grumpy Tree planet, which is, let's check the star map first, which is from, that's earlier, that's where the food's being made. It's getting shot over to here, Rosalind. So if we go to Big Rosalind, the food will land by this targeting beacon and get opened like a can of beans and dropped into here, into this petroleum pool. It'll be swept up by that, popped into one of these receptacles, which sends it and drops it in where the tree is. The tree then eats that food, because he's a grumpy tree, but he's pretty hungry, and he produces resin. Resin every day gets pumped out automatically. Now, we've done it all, automated it. The resin gets pumped out and gets dropped in here with our aqua tuna and our tungsten volcano, using the heat from both. It then will, we're not quite finished yet, but it will pump it out through all this polluted water to help cool it down on its way. There's a little bit got stuck there, look, there's some on the line, which will then be popped into here and fired back home for us to turn it into insulation. We'll go back to Lavini. It will get fired. It will land next to this targeting beacon. It's picked up by hand at this point. There's no automation for that. Picked up by hand. And then it will be taken to the bottle opener thing. The container opener thing. This thing. Payload opener, that's the word. Where, at the moment, it just drops out the bottom here onto the floor, and a dupe will pick up that bit of iso resin and take it down and pop it into this box. Bit of iso resin in there will then get taken to this molecular forge and turned into insulation. Insulation is good because we go up here and we get our pipes. We get an insulated pipe. This is an insulated pipe just made out of whatever it was made out of, igneous rock. But you can make an insulated pipe out of insulation. And the reason you want it made of insulation is for... Hang on, let's go to there. The thermal conductivity of 0. Absolute 0. It will not pass temperature, ever. In any way, shape or form. So, yeah. All that fuss. Oh, that's right. Just, you know, drop it in the water and get a lunch. You know, it's only a bit of insulation that we worked hard to make. Just don't worry about it. Thanks. Thanks a bunch. Crikey. Crikey. Yeah, pick up that ash can, you know. Come on. Build this little pipe for us. It costs an absolute arm and a leg. So what we need now is a reed fibre plantation. Because we need to make a lot of reed fibre. We need a lot of reed fibre. So this pipe is absolutely perfect if you want to make liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, and you don't want it to exchange temperature in the pipes. So you can make a liquid hydrogen rocket. And it will not change temperature if you use that material to make the pipes with. But it's super expensive. Let's pop back to Grosselin and finish up what we're messing around with here. We made this weird little contraption device to send the materials back, but it kind of didn't have enough power to run all the time. So we're having to sort of boost the power. That's what we did at the end of the last episode. We just added a little bit of our own power to it. So overnight, when the solar panels aren't working, we'll be powering it. Which unfortunately means if the Equituna kicks in at night, we kind of don't really have enough power to run it all. The Equituna keeps going, bleh, bleh. Yeah, it'll catch back during the day again, so it's fine. Right, so what I want to do now, just before we reconnect this, is I want to see how much of wire this conveyor rail can we actually make. We can do that. Oh yeah, look at this. This is awesome. We're going to make a right royal mess. I'm going to have it going zigzag up and down all the way through this water for a real long time. The reason being I want it to cool down as much as possible because it is 141 degrees sat in there. So if we can make it wiggle through this polluted water as much as possible, and we can run our cooling loop through this polluted water as much as possible, hopefully we can cool it down. That's the general hope. I don't know if it'll work, but, you know, a big pool of water to try and cool down. It really is. We'll be battling against 141 degree material coming out, trying to cool it at a rate of whatever this Aquatuna is capable of doing. I don't really know, but if we put the pipes in place, we should be able to mess around cutting and connecting them. It might not let us though, because there won't be a duplicate here, but we'll see. We'll just run this all the way along here as like radiant liquid pipe. Made out of tungsten, which is quite appropriate considering we did all this for a tungsten volcano. Well, actually, we're not even sending the tungsten home. We're just sending the iso resin home at this point. I'll add a sweeper before we go, as all the tungsten should land around here. There's a bit of it because we keep using it. But yeah, we could put a sweeper and a loader there just before we go. Say, hey, you know, if we want to send tungsten home, we can. There is a bit of water there to mop. It's making it go a bit weird looking. I shouldn't complain, I'm a bit weird looking, but hey. Come on, come on, come on. Where you going now? Every time I give you a job, you go off and do something. Alright, take it all back. Take it all back. Sorry. I apologise. Oh wow, this is going to be a hell of a heat sink for this this iso resin and tungsten. As long as we can keep this spot cool, because I think that's where all the tungsten lands. That should be like getting quite hot there. So if we can keep that spot cool there. Might even put another piece. Radiant liquid pipe. You can tell the difference because it's yellow. Means it's radiant. Right there, and that bit there. Gotta watch her because I put this mop order there. I'm going to cancel it while I go away because otherwise she'll basically stand there and mop the entire top level off. And I don't want her doing that. So yeah, we'll let her do her own thing while she goes to bed and whatever. Right, back here again. More tidying up. I like this stage of it where you're tidying up things and sorting stuff out. We do need one battery here because it's like that's the one that's controlling when the petroleum generator kicks in. So we do need one here. Let's get rid of those. Try not to get shot by you know, rad bolts of doom in the head. No, don't do that. That will probably be bad for you. We could tidy this up. We could tidy this up. Yeah, we could. I was hoping to run this directly up. Make that nice and neat. You know what's going to happen. The minute a dupe comes down here to do it, they're going to get shot by red bolts. So my OCD to tidy that up is probably not going to happen. Yeah, we can get rid of that now. There's an old relic of the past. Come on. Oh, game must be saving. That's its 5 cycle. Every 5 cycles, the game saves. I reduced it to 5. It used to be every cycle, but it's getting annoying, so we reduced it to 5 cycles. Might have to change it to every 2 weeks. I'm not sure what options it gives you. It goes 1, 2, 5. And he's like, there's no 3 option. Can't you just do 3? Right, so we'll risk getting those because I think they'll be safe there. We won't get shot. This all opens automatically when there's a network income object detected. Yeah, so they've all closed now for the oncoming storm. Which, if we go to the star map, we can actually see it. Unidentified object. I'm surprised it doesn't tell you what it is. If it's seen it, it should know what it is. But if we go back to Lavini, this side should be more interesting because we've got our meteor blasters set up and ready to rock. So these are all closed now to protect all this equipment and stuff down here. But when the meteor strike actually occurs, it'll be right here. There it comes. There it comes. You might get to see some. That's the range of these guys. We might get to see it blast down a meteor. If we're lucky. Idle. 13 dupes. I've got nothing to do. They're all just wandering around. Boom! I saw one there. There's a red one coming down here. Holy moly. Shoot it. Boom. Crikey. It was heading for my space scanner. Kaboom! This one's going to run out of shots in a minute. Someone needs to get on that. I keep going to errands and nobody's got an errand to do it. Nobody cares. Until it runs out, they just don't want to do it. They don't want to load it. And this is now a vacuum as well, so these buildings are starting to get hot. How much have you got left? 660. Really? 676 degrees, that is. Just going to keep getting hot until it melts. Wow. Come on, I want to see another shot. There comes a kaboom. Yeah, still no resources from it though. I would have thought they'd have patched that by now. That seems like an awful waste. And all that trouble to make the blast shots, and you don't get any resources anymore. Like, you know, you would have thought you'd at least blast it down and the resources would pop out of it. Even if you only got half of them or something, you know, something like that. I don't mind. It'd be nice to get something. But you shoot it down, you get nothing. Boom! Oh, crikey. Slow down. The only time you get the resources is if it actually lands. It gets past them and hits down here somewhere. And what I want to know would happen is, while this is blocked, what if this actually got to launch? Oh, it can't. It says launch path blocked. So it has actually got enough material. Got enough shots, 200 red bolts. But it won't actually do anything because it says launch path blocked. I see. Okay, that's fair enough. See that? You get resources from it. There's a bit of iron just jumped out of that one. But when you shoot them down, you get nothing. You get nothing. Oh, they're opening now. That was a quick one. And let's see if this system actually works correctly this time. Hi, Beerless Envoy. How are you today? Hope you are well. There it comes. All the crap falls down. Look, watch. Whoa. All the junk falls down. Put a little block there to stop it landing on top of this. But this is a problem. This is actually a problem. Because this makes this room very hot and starts melting the buildings. That is actually an issue. Right, now these should uncover themselves. Yep, there you go. And then they should uncover the space scanners all by themselves. Yeah, working. Awesome sauce. These are just to protect each other. Well, nice, it works. What I might do is put a little bit of this. Actually, what is that? There's liquid phosphorus on here. Crikey. I'll put that where that normally lands. Yes. Ugh. Can't see. Now, right up to the edge of that. Yeah, okay, right. That lands there. Alright, fair enough. Mop that up when you get a chance. Look at this. This is going to overheat things, isn't it? Like liquid phosphorus in the air. Look at that. If I go to gas, phosphorus gas, because it melts at such a low temperature. It's actually raining red droplets. That's cool. Oh, man. Can we manage to mop any of it up? I don't know. As it cools down, we might be able to. Because we need some kind of atmosphere to cool these down. Ah, someone's filled it up. With blast shots. But look at the temperature of the bleeding machine. 400 degrees. Crikey, and this one's getting even hotter because of the... Christ. Cancel. Don't mop any more water up. Oh, dear. Some of it will slowly evaporate into space, so it'll be alright. Slowly just disappearing. Oh, crikey. That can cause you a lot of problems if it comes in the wrong place inside your base or something. Man, that can cause issues. Alright, so we've got another couple of rockets here. We get in here, have a look, make sure everything's ready. I believe we're all ready. If I go to change destination, we have a little look at there's the temporal tear over there. There's some areas unexplored here, but there's also this place here that we haven't ever been to. If we can go to, say, there, and we need this telescope. That is powered, yep. We don't need these two fridges powered. And yes, the fridge is in with the toilet. Because that means I have to walk past the hand sanitizer to use it. Okay, so now we should be able to say, hey, let's a change of crew. Let's make sure... Bubbles, you're the pilot now. Go up. We should be able to send Bubbles off to go and have a look. Go and have a little nose around over there and see what's going on. See if we can find out what that last place is. See if there's anything else to be revealed from there. Ooh, while that's happening, there is 2 blocks there that just dropped in. That will interfere with the space scanners. Network quality, look. Scan quality 0. Network quality 50. Now, all this crap. Need to get rid of it. That means we need a ladder there. I don't like that because it does mean that your guy could... Here we go. That's now opening all by itself. The gantries have retracted all by themselves. The automation is kicking in. Doors are opening. Excellent. This one's space station out. This one is adaptable business. That's this one, yeah. We'll watch the automation. Doors are opening. They take a while to open. 36 seconds, I think it's supposed to be. I never timed it, measured it myself. As soon as that automatically... Oh, you can tell when it opens, all the crap drops in. And... Anything? 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 Are you going to move? Or are you going to complain that you blocked? Unreachable storage, launch checklist incomplete. Really? Why? Clear launch path. They've introduced this new detail. The dirt and mud. I don't like it very much. I think it means that you can't actually clear the sky up properly. Because even if you put a, what are they called? These robo miners, they can't shoot through these doors. You can't. And you can't build higher than this. You literally can't get to it. So can you please come and dig this rocket out so he can take off? Somebody. Yeah, they're all just getting here. A little team arriving. Team of diggers. You know what? That's going to be a real bad place to stand in a minute. When that rocket decides to take off. Uh-oh. Crap's happening. Rocket thruster damage. The rocket's decided to take off anyway. Okay, fair enough. Gonna go right the way through everything and damage it all. Oh well. That's because it couldn't see where it was going, because there was junk in the way. These will all be automatically repaired. They'll just come up and repair them. Let's hope when Ellie gets home, that doesn't happen. Right, so while Ellie's still here, give her that mop order again. Right, and what I want to do with this... Now, I've still got the pliers tool installed. Which means I can do this. But you basically can do this with the new stock tool, which is called disconnect. It's just you can only do one at a time. Can't do a big long row like that. You can just do that. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down, up and down and up and down. It's going to take a while. Oh, crikey. Because we learned that if we send this around the loop, it turns into naphtha. It melts, which is kind of a waste, really. Oh, this is working better. Let's do it like this, shall we? He said it was working better, but then it stopped. Come on, let me connect it. There we go. I think the game's getting a bit, yeah. Wonder if this will line up properly. Oh, look. Is it going to line up? Ah, well, it'll end like that. That's fair enough. I'm happy with that. Come on, barge along. It's getting quite laggy over here. A lot going on. My poor computer's going, nope, don't like it. Don't like it at all. Right, that's quite successful. Now let's reconnect this. And cancel any overwrites and stop her from doing that. Now you can sweep, no, cancel sweep, and you can empty the polluted water. And you can sweep the water and deconstruct that tile. So now, check our line. All our stuff comes out at 130 degrees odd. It's going up and down and up and down through all this water. And it's dumping its temperature as it goes. What would be an additional bonus? Well, there's two additional bonuses we could probably do. Is extend this loop right the way to the end and back. Have that cooling it down. Would be good. You can just see some more ISO resin. Well, more resin dropping in. ISO resin getting swept out. All automatic. All automatic. And it's coming out a bit quicker, so it's not getting as much temperature into it. That's nice to see. And this is getting to the end. It's still pretty darn hot, I think. Yeah, some of it's still pretty hot. I lost a bit of temperature. Not as much as I hoped. But yeah, that's the theory. We could run some temp shift plates along here, but I don't think we've got anything decent to make them out of. But what have we got here? Iron ore. We've got a bit of glass. We could make some glass ones. We could obviously make them out of tungsten. So we could put some tungsten. Should we do it like that? I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Sorry. I'm going to do it here instead, I think. Up one. Yeah, that's better. Sorry. Sorry, Ellie. Sorry, Ellie. Didn't mean to do that to you. It is. Yes, chat's popping up. I think it should be. Unless something's gone a bit alright. Yeah, it is. It's working. Right, let's try and do that. And one last one there. Here we go. What are we making these out of? Temp shift plate. Made of clay? No. Temp shift plate made of clay. Cancel. Temp shift plate made of clay. What are you doing? Cancel. Temp shift plate made of clay again. Cancel. What's this one? Temp shift plate made of clay. What the heck? Oh, I think I put them in out of the wrong material then, because I don't think they're... Yeah, deconstruct those. We'll sort that out in a bit anyway. I want to make sure this pipe is done correctly. Now, I think the better thing to do would be to also make the top of this out of radiant piping. As long as the old aqua tuner can keep up and can keep it cool. Making too much of it radiant piping might mean that the returning water is so hot that every loop it will just get hotter and hotter and hotter, and the aqua tuner won't be able to effectively cool it down. So, yeah. Ba-ba-boom, ba-boom. We need to give her a bit of a shake up, turn her into a critter rancher and try and move some of these critters. Ah, the tree's eating bog mushrooms now. There's a bit of food in there. Bog jelly. On stale. In the fridge. And she's still eating her rations anyway, so I don't think she cares. This is a radiant liquid pipe made of steel. Although, as the tungsten comes out, we'll make it out of that. I'll make the tungsten pipes, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to connect them using the snipping tool when she's not here. It might not let me. Sometimes it's a bit funny like that. Oh, there's a random piece of something right in the middle there. Okay, so I want to go plumbing, and I want a radiant liquid pipe. Come on, let me click. Oh, crikey. Yeah, it's really getting jittery here. Radiant liquid pipe can go all the way to the end. Yeah. We're running so low out of materials now, we've got nothing to build things out of anymore. I'll try and build tiles. Let's have a look. We've got a little bit of stuff. Little bits of material. Got some ISO resin to take home with us. We could also have a bit of a sweep up and put some eggshell and stuff like that in the rocket to take back with us. That would be a good plan. These sweetle eggs hatched. There's a few sweetles in with the mushrooms now. Quite nice. These bloody things, I just want to wrangle them up and put them in here. They're so annoying. They wander everywhere. Tungsten on the rack. Check. Going round and round. Hey, that was a hell of a load, wasn't it? Or is that... Yeah, that's all got to be tungsten in this one, because we removed ISO resin from this one. There is obsidian ticked. That's tungsten. All that's tungsten in here. We've totally automated the whole procedure now. It just sends down more resin. We could probably bump that up a little bit. Let's make that 30. Yeah. Oh, an extra one came out already. And that gets cooked into ISO resin and steam. The steam automatically gets pumped out here. And that comes out, goes up this pipe up here, goes to feed our toilets with toilet water. It is like hot toilet water, but hey, we run a cooling loop past it to keep it cool. And the excess will just drip into space. In fact, I would like to make this pipe kind of, you know, go down and across there. It would look a lot neater, I think. That needs to be disconnected now. So, theoretically, you could have a dupe living here. They've got a bed, they've got a little room to chat on the phone. They can eat bog jelly or mushrooms. We will provide. Technically, it's this sweeper that's providing. It's stealing from the tree. And any of the... if these guys poop out any oxalite, which only in this corner they can't quite reach, the sweeper can't quite reach it, it will get dumped in here and come out there. Hello, Envoy. I can see your chat popping up. It definitely is popping up for me. Don't know if it's not for you. But it is this side of the pond. It is? Yes, it is. Are you not seeing it? It should be. I haven't changed any settings. That should be working. Now let's see how this is going. Is this cooling down? It always seems like you get one cool chunk and then one really stuckingly hot chunk. As it comes out, more individual pieces like this. Shouldn't be quite so... Yeah, there you go. Shouldn't be quite so hot. He said, hopefully. What temperature are we getting down to there? 39 degrees, that's cool. Oh, you sent multiple messages. Yeah, must have been a lag spike. Well, that's got down to 38 degrees, and this piece is still 60 odd. That's very odd, isn't it? Weird. Well, we'll let them do the pipe work. Because that's going to take her a while. And chuck out some more materials. Yeah, have a good lurk. Nothing wrong with a good lurk. What I do. Lurking's best. Alright, get these pipes in. We'll see if we can keep this pond nice and cool so that as our material runs through it, it gets cooled down a decent amount. Is there any more bottles in here we could empty? Don't see any more, but there's a lot of junk, isn't there? Crikey. If we wanted to clean up in here, we could definitely have a bit of a sweeper up. We need to put water back there so that can be dumped out into space. There's some water getting pumped out. It's already filled this tank. And it's cooled down a bit as well. I'm surprised. Awesome. Everything seems to be running quite nicely. Just the coolant of the outgoing material. I would like it to be a little bit cooler. Some of this is coming out at 60 degrees. Weird. Seems to be one bit cold. And the next bit is really hot. That was 47. This one's 80. And the next bit is... Oh, I see why. Okay. Right, I've got you. Because it's so much thinner, smaller amount. There's like 2,500 grams. And then 7.5 kilos. What we could do is... Nope. Conveyor meter. Nope. Conveyor shut off. Nope. Can we limit? Like you can with the water. You know? Where you could limit how much goes on. If I go plumbing. You've got a liquid valve that you can set how much is allowed to go through. That's what we can use here. Yeah, so the bigger packs are not cooling very well because there's too much on it, on the rail. But there doesn't seem to be the equivalent. There's a shut-off or a conveyor meter. Which I don't really want to use the meter. Because it's the conveyor meter that we've kind of... Yeah, no, I don't like that idea. There's something getting opened. Tin opener of doom is opening some food for the hungry tree. And the food for the hungry tree. Pop that here, bit of bog jelly. Comes along. There's a bit of iso resin going in. It's dropped down here. Pop, pop. There we go. It's swept out all automatically. on the rail, head to the Hungry Tree of Doom, which then makes us some more lovely resin, and the cycle continues. Ah, that's a relief, isn't it? Yeah, so it seems like there's no way we can limit the size of the packs. We could use the complete area of this polluted water, and we could kind of go this way first and then zigzag up and down, or just run it straight across here and straight back again, keeping it in the water for as long as possible before it goes out. There's all sorts of things you could do. Okay, also I do want to do the might as well try it. I want to use clay. That was a stupid thing to use. Steel. We'll wait until some more tungsten gets kicked out, I think. There's some tungsten ones. 800 kilos. 800 kilos. Not too close together, though. No. Don't think so. Now it's changing to clay, see? Ah! Stop! Don't do clay. We'll wait until it erupts again and chucks out some more tungsten for us. We can spread that all the way down to there. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Also, we do need a wire. Steel wire. Potential load. Yeah, that's fine. We can run with that. Steel. We don't have much left. Got a tiny amount of thermium left, tiny amount of steel left. Got a bit of copper. Don't know if we've got enough copper, but hey, we'll try. I don't want to send any more materials over if I can help it. We'll just, make do with what we've got. I just wanted to try and power these fluid oxygen, the deodorizers. Oh, we could get this wire back here because that's not really being used. Boom. We can't reach half of it, but yeah. We might have to go down there and get that. Cancel this bottom bit here. And reach all the rest of it. Awesome sauce. Absolutely awesome. Love it. Right. We will leave Ellie here doing her thing. She can't get in this room, so she can't let all our pressurized carbon dioxide out. And she can do her own thing now, I think. We'll leave her in the suit because she has got work to do in this polluted water, so we might as well leave her suited up. It's been working for us quite well this far. Slightly annoying that the sweeper can't quite reach this oxalite at this far end and this bit of eggshell, but never mind, it just can't reach. I'm not going to put another door on this side and all that hassle. Nah, that is actually petroleum, not resin. This should be saying that it says it's hot enough, so it's over 135 degrees in this room, which is hot enough to allow some more resin down. We need a pulse on this. We've added these two. Well, this is about to pulse it. That's good timing for us to see it in action. And it should just give it a quick pulse, which tells it, yes, you can run. You can let down another load of resin, please. And down comes the resin. Sometimes by the time the resin gets here, this has all gone too cold and it just sits here until it warms back up again. So that's fine. And it won't trigger again until it does. So that then drips in here, pretty much instantly turning into iso resin, which gets swept out and runs through the, whatever you call this, chicanery. Cool it off. Yeah, that's 7 kilos. I suppose the only way to really reduce this amount so that it's a smaller amount, because you can't reduce the amount that goes in these, it won't let you. Not like you can with like a storage container where you can kind of, you know, not this type, but you can mess with the totals, you know, and just say, oh, you can only put 150 in or whatever. But what we could do, in fact, is make this come down, the resin come down a lot more frequently, but a lot smaller amounts. By increasing this to 30, we lower it to 20 again. Maybe even lower it to 10. And it just comes in, drips in. But if it was only one little packet that dripped in, it wouldn't be able to put so much in, would it, in one go? It will just scoop up what it can grab. Now we've got 2,500 grams. And what was that? 5k, yeah, 5,000. That's interesting. We could add more of these. You know, it doesn't matter how many of these is on the line. We could have like 6 of them. We could have another one there and another 3 here. We could put as many as you want. And just, as long as it's a very small pulse. I've tried to get it as low as I can. It's 0.2. This isn't one that you can just click here and type a number in, unfortunately. You've got to use the slider. So I've got it as low as I can get it. That's just requested some more. Look at this. See, too much is coming down at once. Hang on, that's not right, is it? Check this. This is off now. This should not be allowing so much to run through. Why are you allowing so much through? That's ridiculous. Now you're allowing even more. Let's change it down again. Right. I don't mind the extra pulse, because that could be one of these. It just randomly kicks in whenever it's... Yeah, going to go any minute now. So this should be the pulse generator. But I don't think it's working as I intended it to. That is based on when it evicts some steam from the room and triggers this. Triggers this to allow the water out of the system. So when this pressure gets too high, it knows it's had some iso resin in. No, well, that's the way I did it, because the iso resin gives out steam. That's a way of triggering it. But don't think it's working quite as good as I would like. Might mean that this system isn't right for it. We could just rely solely on these type of things and get rid of this altogether. Don't worry about this, because it will only run down if there's power. If there's no power, then it won't run. We'll just rely on the fact that it's gonna get rid of the excess water that it doesn't want above 20,000 pressure. But do we really need all this? Can we just get rid of it and just maybe put in a few more of these, so that, like, say 6 times a day it triggers, and it'll only trigger if there's power. So it'll only let any down. That's what it's supposed to do. That. A couple of little packets like that. Not that great big lot that it did just then. But if it does that, a little and often, as they say, it's good for the bones. Good for the body. That's what we could do. I think that might work better. So I'm probably going to just send it this way and back, and then zigzag it up and down all over the place while it leaves. What temperature is that? That bit's 34. 34. That bit's 36. That's fine. Don't mind those temperatures. We'll have to make sure the poor old aqua tuner can keep up, though, cooling it down. Especially if we're going all the way to the end and all the way back. Yeah, that's a long way to go. Coming back at 24 degrees, it seems to be handling it quite nicely at the moment. We're basically just making this one giant cooling bath. We'll see if we've got enough steel to do that. It says we have, so we should see. Magic steel from nowhere all the time. As we've run out, and then all of a sudden, another bunch of steel appears. Let's see if Ellie can make that. And what's the temperature of this now? 42. And the next bit, 42 again. And this bit, 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Oh, that's 62. No, that's not right. It's supposed to be 42. And you can even type that in on Google. What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything? And it will say 42. Other search engines do apply. Oh, I know where that steel came from. I dug it up from here, didn't I? Do you want to do that last bit of power wire there so this thing can start running? Do you? Oh, cooling loop returning. It's actually gone down a little bit. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Not complaining. Just so long as this thing doesn't get overrun. I don't want it struggling. Might be a better idea just to have one line of radiant and have the other line as like insulated. I'm not sure. But I think we're going to ditch this this system. We are going to ditch it and we're just going to stick with, say, 4 of those maybe. We can put 6 in and then just use the ones we want to use, you know? Yeah. We can click and judge and do whatever we want, modify. Uh-oh, we run out of materials already. Let's cancel that then. See if we can make that out of something else. A little less stressful. Tungsten. Well, we'll wait until we've got some tungsten out of the volcano then. Everything's waiting for this volcano now. We're making everything out of tungsten because we kind of run out of everything else. I think we're going to just get our materials back for this. We'll snip it there. Deconstruct all of this. It's not working right. Right up to... Oh, crikey. There, please. And that piece. And that should all jump upwards, but it's not too bad if it falls inside because we've got a sweeper in there. We can sweep it out. Thank you, Lawton. Thanks for the follow. It's most appreciated. What we'll do is pop in an extra couple of these boys. 25 kilos. We can do 1. For now. Actually, I know where we can get some. For some reason, insulated liquid pipe can be made out of tungsten. So somehow this pipe got made out of tungsten. So let's get rid of it. Hello, Stump. How are you doing today? Priority 8, yeah. We'll get our tungsten back for that pipe. That was where we emptied the tank that was feeding the toilets. But then we realised that if we're outputting all this water from this volcano, from the iso resin, if we're outputting that water into space and getting rid of it, why don't we use it to feed our tank for our toilet? So that's what we're doing. Can't even make a radiant pipe because we've used it all. Ah, good. Doing good. That's what we like to hear. Let's cancel this end. Because I don't think she's going to do it. 20 kilos. Yeah. We need a bit of steel there, I think. Or a bit of tungsten. If this volcano would like to comply, we could make it out of thermium. That's all we've got left. Thermium power cable for a deodorizer. That's not bad, is it? That's pretty good. And what's she doing? Yakking on the phone. Sounds just like me. Yeah, does. It's exactly what I sound like when I'm on the phone. Actually, speaking into a microphone on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever is very much like leaving a message on an answer phone. You don't always get like a response. Like, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Hello? Anybody in? Oh, your mother. The toilet's blocked again. No, don't say that. Right. Let's upgrade that one to an 8. Just because I want to make a piece of wire out of thermium. Now, we could bust into here and let this water through and let the fishies join the gang. I suppose we could. Well, I suppose we could. We'll get this sedimentary rock out of it, won't we? If we were to do such things. Where is she? Come on, come and do some work. Oh, she's putting her suit back on. No, she's not. She's getting us some materials back. Look at all this tungsten here. I didn't understand that you could actually make insulated pipes. What's that bit there? That's tungsten as well, is it? Oh, yeah. So we've got to add plastic, I think, to this. That's never going to get shifted. Plastic, yeah. Doink. Because there's a bit of plastic there. We're going to use the tungsten, so there we go. I just wanted to make a power wire out of thermium for a deodorizer, just because I just wanted to. It just felt like the right thing to do. So, we're getting rid of all this system, right? The only way it's ever going to trigger now is by these boys. So we need, at the least, I would say, to catch up with the liquid, we need to catch up with what's there. And then I think after that we could probably do with just 2. But to catch up with what's in here, we probably need 4 or 5 triggers per day while this is active, because it's going to not be active in 15 cycles, and I'd like to catch up before then. Yeah. This is a bad idea. Look at that. It's just, we're going to turn it off. She doesn't eat it anyway, but it's just there to say that was feasible and possible, and you could feed your dupe with the food that we're feeding the tree of doom. So, there we go. Getting resources back. Getting resources back. Nice to see. Get some steel out of it. And if it does, it should pop to the top. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Getting materials back. That's nice. Oh, there's a little bit of oxalite stuck there. The oxalite thing I moved up here so that this sweeper can steal the oxalite. Dump it into there. And that goes through here and drops into this little pressurized room, which we feed all the oxygen to our spacesuits. Which is kind of nice, I think. Nice. I think I'm liking it. Not trying to sound like a popular fast food takeaway catchphrase. But I'm loving it. That's definitely tungsten, isn't it? Yes, it is. Boom! That's tungsten. Boom! More tungsten. Ha ha ha. No, it seems very... No, clay. No, stop. Don't want to make it out of clay. Oh no, it's made... This game is made by clay. But, you know... Look at this. This is now actually full. I'm not sure it's actually getting all the tungsten out in time anymore. What the heck? Before, when it was running, it was just sort of like, yeah, chucking it out. We got to watch that, because if this starts piling up with tungsten, it's going to carry on running for a very long time. Ellie is living the life. She's got it. She's got the life. Once she's finished doing this, that's why I didn't want to clean up all the water, because that'll stop. Then she can have the high life. She won't ever have to come down into this nasty polluted water zone. And we can get rid of this atmosuit checkpoint. Take your suit off. Pick up some tungsten. Put your suit back on again. Because that's just the way we are. Yeah, get that. Get that bit. That's the bit I want moved. Oh, there's still the plastic there to move. Damn it. And this guy is popping bits of oxalite all over the darn place. I'd rather he got shoved in this room or shoved up here, preferably, would be best. What can we use? Phosphorite bait. Let's stick it there and see if we can capture the bugger. Don't want them put in here, do I? No. So, turn that off for now. But we'll have him put in this one. We'll have to put another one up there then. I did get rid of it. We'll put one back. I had to move that really high up so it could see down here. Otherwise the petroleum would have gone everywhere. We sent it over. And we can still send some more slime if we want to. How you doing, machine? Are you okay? Something's looking a bit peaky in here. I don't know what it is. Is it running correctly? It's definitely hot enough. Definitely got enough pressure. Yep, it always looks less when the turbines are running. Yeah, I don't think it's kicking out the material. The material's never getting cold enough. So we're going to have to put that up to 135 again. So it can start ejecting the materials. It's still got a full conveyor loader here. With 900 kilos. And as that runs past, and as that ejects, it then makes this a free empty space. So it can put some more on. Moron? Who's a moron? And then as it's too hot and it starts flowing round, it comes here and it blocks the space so it can't put any more on. Bloody morons everywhere. So then this batch now has to circulate until it cools down enough to be put on the rail. We'll have to just keep an eye on that. It's dropping temperature really fast, but this is about to erupt again. We want this to keep up really with each eruption and get it out of the system before it erupts again. And it is not keeping up, so that means we need to put this temperature up a little bit so that it will kick out at a higher temperature. Now, it's not really a huge problem if there's a stack of tungsten here, because it means you'll get power for longer if you're doing it for power. And you'll get heat for longer. There you go, it's starting to dump tungsten here at 900 degrees, and it hasn't even cleared out the last lot yet. So, yeah. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, now we've increased that, it might actually catch up a little bit. Some of the material on here should be cooling down, and then again it's probably not because it's erupting now. 400 degrees. Some of it's 1,000 degrees. Crikey, crikey, Governor. Yeah, it's dropping, it's dropping. Some of it's 380. I'm not convinced. I think it gets cooled down here and then it goes past the aquatuner and gets hotter. It gets warmed up by the aquatuner. Now there you go, it's down to 200. Gotta come out. Oh no, it's gonna go. You can see the temperature's easier like that. You just watch this ambient temperature on the rail. Look at the power we're getting out of this beast. Thank you for all the extra power. And both of these are running to keep up with the power demands. Crikey. How much have we got? 919 kilos per tile in this room. With a little bit of liquid phosphorus. What else would you use? I mean, liquid phosphorus. That seems like the right thing to do, really, doesn't it? Oh, it must be a 5-cycle save game. And I don't have a drink. My word. I will be right back in 1 moment. And I am back. Thank you for your patience. Let's put a little bit of tungsten there and there. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do another one. We'll do another one there. Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. That seems like a good plan to me as well. Right, so let's copy this one onto there. And then this one, we'll move it because now it's in the same position as this. Well, this one. I don't want it in the same spot, so let's like weasel it round to, I don't know, there. Once they're all built, we'll decide what parts of the day they're going to trigger, so they're all like in a nice neat row. Going off. Going off. Yeah, that looks nice. We'll connect these two this way. These two, these three will go this way. And you could have another 3. You could have it go on off multiple times a day if you wanted to. Because it will only run if there's power. There will only be power. It's hot enough in this room. And if it's hot enough in this room, it probably means the volcano's erupting. So how long have we got now? 1.2 cycles to get all this material out of here. I don't think we're going to do it somehow. But I don't mind if it builds up a bit of tungsten in the system. Because that will give us like power for a bit longer. Actually, it's dropping in temperature quite rapidly. When it scoops that up, that will just get ejected. One thing to note when you build this is make sure before you have the conveyor loader, you need to give the materials a direction. Otherwise, they'll go the wrong way from the conveyor loader, and that is very annoying. When you've built the whole thing, locked it up, sealed it up, you wait for the volcano to erupt, and it erupts, and then all the materials go the wrong way down the conveyor. Like, what? No! So it goes this way, wiggles around the room a little bit, and do it a bit more than that, in a bigger room if you like. But then it gets here, has its temperature checked. If it's below 135 in this case, it comes through here and gets chucked out and gone. And if it's above 135, it will carry on round, come down to this, go up, and keep going. And that will block the conveyor loader from adding any more to the system. So it keeps moving. I like it to keep moving. Some people do it in a design where it just sits there and waits for it to cool down and then chucks one piece out. And it moves along one square, sits there until it cools down and chucks another piece out. And I like that. I think it looks better and it seems to work better for me doing it this way. Each to their own. But however, it works for you. Before we go, we're also going to do a conveyor loader, which we're going to attach somewhere to this rail. Doesn't really matter where it goes. Probably be better off right there, could give us a space. And then a shipping auto sweeper, which I'm going to put in the water so it's kept cool. It can work in the water. That can go right there. And we will have to add those to the power, so we'll have to bring the power back down here again. But that will give us the ability to, when they're away, when there's nobody here, we can activate this and put some tungsten on the line. Been sat here, because it will drop out of here and it will be sat right there. Now, we could just attach that wire directly to it. Yeah, that's just gone insufficient. It's probably because she's carrying it, so now it thinks there isn't enough. But there actually is, because she's carrying it. Ah, here we go. Nice. Gonna go 100 and... yeah, it should have soon. Is that like a Mark O with the smiley? That's the O. Come on, you can evict that out of there. It's cool enough. Come on. Oh, it seems to be very slow, doesn't it? I think it's picking up too much temperature from the aqua tuner, but that's fine. It spreads that temperature around and we get power out of it. Takes a little bit longer to chuck out the materials that we want to use. I prefer it didn't chuck them out too hot. Hey, he's harvesting. Nice job there, Ellie. Good job, Ellie. It gives you more reed fibres, which is what we should be doing on the other place. Building a reed fibre farm somewhere, because we'll need a lot of reed fibre now. So we set that to sleep only, and we go down to is it manufactured? No. Oh, there's iso resin here as well. Oh yeah, that was from before. There isn't any, but yeah, we'll check out your dupe in a moment. What do we want? Rare resource? No, not iso resin. So we can just pick iso resin because we can pick that bit up that's dumped down here. Although she'll probably take that in the rocket. Yeah, she can take that. Refined. There we go. Tungsten. Boom. So we've set it to sweep only. So the sweeper won't touch it. So even if we do power it up, the sweeper won't touch it. And then when there's no dupe here, we can just go and we can untick that and it will sweep some tungsten onto the rack, onto the rail. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Let's see if I can say this one. Kens Yotto. I think I just messed that up. I tried. Kens Yotto too. Please don't kill me for mispronunciations of doom. I am the chairman of the Mispronunciation Club of Great Britain. I'm not, but I should be. Right. Copy settings. Right, let's change that one to... Where are you going to go? Over there somewhere. There you go. And then we can connect you and connect you. Connect you. And then we'll have one more. Let's actually snip that first, because when they're built, they're on all the time. And that'll be really bad for our system. So, this will then... We'll organise these once we're done. We'll organise them into, like, you know, one will be at the beginning of the day, and then a bit later, and a bit after that. And as long as there's power to it, as long as it's hot enough in this chamber, then this will reset the meter, allowing another 10 kilos of resin to come out. And you can do this as many times as you want during the day, whatever. You can have loads of these on this system. And it will only work if there's power, so that's the key. The power part is the key. We don't need all the rest of the junk. We've tidied it up. We did have to bust back in here to put this thermo sensor in, though. We had a little ledge just here where we dropped some petroleum and just kind of climbed back in, have a bit of a tidy up. Let's try clicking on that. It's getting there. 137, 136.9. Come on, you can do it. I know you want to. This bloody volcano's going to go again in a minute. Crikey, Governor. We'll have to up it. Let's make it 140. That means that now is active, and all the materials that are of the relevant temperature or less coming through and getting dripped into the water. Yeah, they're still pretty hot. But we've got our cooling loop running around this spot. That should be kept fairly chill. What I will do, actually, I'll get one of these temp shift plates. And I'll put it right on that spot where everything lands. Right there. Boom! Otherwise we'll come back and find this place is full of steam. Crikey. While we've got the opportunity, let's, before we use up all the tungsten on other things, let's run that Like so. And, what's the quickest way? Like that. What's the power like on this? Yeah, we can do that. Yep, that's fine. Absolutely. Aha! All the rest of it's been swept up, but it's about to erupt again any second. And that's already 140, so that should be coming out any second now. The next batch is cooked. The next batch of rolls. Tungsten flavour. Is about to be evicted from the system. And the whole point of all of this is to have it completely automated. So when we send Ellie home, we just sit at home and ISO resin keeps turning up. Just by itself. All the time. ISO resin just turns up. And this should theoretically just run. All by itself without any more help. Oh yeah, you can have some curative tablets if you wish. While Ellie's taking a nap. I can't say as I blame her. What we'll do, actually, we'll give her... As we've got... clay. No. No, I don't want to make it out of clay. There is tungsten available. Tungsten does exist. No, it really wants me to make it out of clay. There's not enough. Okay, fair enough. We'll wait for the next batch. I was going to put some more in for her to do while we're not here. Let's pop back to Lavini. If you haven't seen what's going on, this has all been repaired now. That got done. Excellent. Look at that. Old Sid, the petroleum boiler. Got so much in him now that I think this volcano is actually overpressured. Yeah, it is. Look at that. We're just not using it fast enough. We're burning literally all of the petroleum we're making. We're forcing it all to be burned off just to maintain this at an even level. How much blast shots have we got? Oh, crap tons. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Alright. Alright. Yeah, they're all stood here with nothing to do. What are you doing, Otto? You're sopping wet, mate. So, we should come down here. And we should find in here 895 kilos of iso resin. Crikey! 890. If you make a temp shift plate and get it hot enough, does it come ceramic? Yeah. Depends what it's made of, I guess. If you made it out of clay, it might do, yeah. Ceramic temp shift plates. Hey, I wonder if we could go through all that trouble to make this insulation and then make a temp shave plate out of insulation. That'd be funny. Now, if you're wondering why there's a random gas pipe there, that gas pipe is made out of niobium. And as long as you've got 5 kilos of niobium, you can use that. Where are we? We made it with graphite, sulfur and aluminium to make fullerene. And niobium and tungsten. That's another good reason to have the tungsten available to be sent over. So if we run out of tungsten, we can use that to make more thermium. And then you go back up to your wherever you've got your metal refinery situation going on, and you can turn the thermium back into niobium again. So effectively, as long as you've got some niobiums, you've got an everlasting supply of niobiums. So that's just to make sure that I never accidentally use it up. Made of niobium, there's 25 kilos there. And it stops me if I was to accidentally hit this and for some reason put it on infinite, never stop. And yeah, that's that's the reason I'm keeping the iso resin out here, because it gets quite hot in here because of this cool steam vent running. And I didn't want it to melt the... If it gets over 100, it might melt the iso resin. What was it again? I've forgotten. Now let's go to this screen. It's a bit easier to see. Naphtha at 200 degrees. So just in case it kind of overheated in here. That's what happened back on Grosselin. When we were adding the iso resin was going into this one as well. And it was being fed around this system. And then all of a sudden there was a big pool here, a blob of naphtha. That's a very expensive way to make naphtha, if you ask me. So power-wise, we can just connect this on, cancel any overwrites we've done. It won't do anything unless we add it to the system, and whatever's in its sweep range, it can reach all of this crap. We could just sweep and just drop everything in this area, and then eventually send it all home by the sweeper. Just allow the sweeper to send it all home if we wanted to, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing there that I really want, apart from the little bit of iso resin and the tungsten that comes out of the volcano. So now I think it's a good moment to stick her in the skill scrubber and wipe her clean. Do you not feed that to the tree? That little bit of bog jelly that's sat there. Seems like it ought to be... Alright, what's this one? Edibles. If I set that to sweep only, and I sweep this bog jelly up, I've got to remember to take that off as sweep only. Otherwise, all the bog jelly that gets sent from the other place will just sit here and never get fed to the tree. Here we go. There you go. It's not sweeping it. So I put that on sweep only. I think there should be an option for machines only, so that you can tell the machines to sweep it, but not the dupes. See that oxalite? That just got scooped up there. That goes all the way around here. All the way around here. And gets dropped in to our little room here. Our oxygen overpressure room. It gets to 1,800 and just stops. There's a chunk of oxalite there. Just feeds to these guys. We get power. We link that to that. And we tell our Ellie, jump in there please. Get yourself a bit of a scrub going on. I'll wipe all her skills. This is quite dodgy to do on an asteroid when you first arrive. You're very careful if you chuck a dupe in a skill scrubber when you're away, because they might lose the rocket ability, and if you spend all their skill points, you'll have to wait for them to skill up before you can send them home, because they won't be able to fly the rocket. Pure orange juice with bits. We call it bits. We like our bits. Right, I need to what I'm going to do, copy settings all the way down, right? No, actually, let's put that one to the beginning of the day, somewhere over here. Then copy settings all the way down. So that one's now the beginning of the day. The next one down will make there. You can make this very precise if you want to, but I'm just going to go like this. Then yeah, it seems legit. Maybe that one could be a bit further along. There we go. That one can go a bit further. And that one can go even further than that. There you go. That spreads them around a little bit. And we could even have space for 3 more if we wanted. Hey, there's some airborne critter bait on this one. Did we catch the other critter? I don't think we did we? Phosphorite bait. Well, maybe we did. Did it get put in here? There's 2 in there now. Yeah, I think it probably did. Oh, okay. I thought you had to be like a, you know, rancher to do that. That seems to have worked. Okay, good. Any more eggs and things like that for these guys, we'll get them put here, because they'll drop their oxalite and it'll get put into this room and used for our suits next time we come back. Which we're bound to have to come back and fix something. Probably broken something, you know? Power up the other one. Try and clean up this last bit of polluted. But there's this water layer actually helped us out. It stopped it off gassing somewhat. Although it seems to still be here. Oh well. It's fine. Because eventually these will run out of clay with nobody there to run out of sand, I mean, with nobody there to fill them. Right, that is looking pretty good. She's half scrubbed. I don't think she's fully finished yet. We've still got one last bit to do after this. I do want to build a pipe, a liquid pipe. I don't know if it'll let me join and cut and seal the pipes together while she's not here. But if it does, then I can mess around and play with this and get this to a point where the aquatuner can cope with cooling it down all the way along here and back. That would be pretty cool if it can. I don't see why it wouldn't, but you know, got a lot to cool down. It's got all of this stuff to do, so keeps the batteries cool and all this stuff cool. Got to cool around by the toilet as well because this is hot water going in here. Ooh, that's a good point. I'll snip that off of there. And, what's the easiest way to do this? If I just connect it like that, it's not going to flow around, is it? If I snip it there, haha! Excellent. Well, most of it did anyway. Fine by me. Just hides that into the floor, that's nice, I think. Liquid pipes can be got rid of. That little bit with the water in it will just disappear into the background of space, exactly the same as the wall toilet. Disappears into the background of space there. Awesome sauce. I like it. I think it's pretty cool, pretty good. We need a couple more temp shift plates popped in space. There we go. Now that's kicked out on there. Make sure it's definitely tungsten. Oh, we only had enough for one. Okay, fair enough. Let's go and see how our... well, he's not running on his wheel. He must be busy. He hasn't got a hat. What's he going on? What's he going on? Where are you going? Where are you going? I was going to get some nosh. Bit of surf and turf. Running through the... oh, there's old Sweepy doing his job. Now we can click on you. You can go to your skills and we'll see that you're 20 machinery, number 12 in athletics. Nice. We got a pedestal with a... forgotten what he's called. Ceramic morb. Awesome sauce. Right, so what I'll be doing next is here. We need to make... oh, maybe here, maybe not here. We need... yeah, because it's made from polluted water, isn't it? We come down to where we make our polluted water. In this high pressure room, we got 962 kilos of natural gas from this gas vent, and we never bothered adding to it, did we? I don't think. No, but what we could add to it is we could add to there... we'd have to bust in somehow and get a pipe to it. Do it from inside, I don't know, wherever. And we could take all the gas that's in these guys. There should be a lot in these now. This one's been running since the beginning, since we started. Yeah, it did get one annoying puff of steam in there, but other than that, it's got 603 kilos per tile of natural gas. This one's 590. We stopped that one from running for now. And this one down here is another 500 kilos per tile of natural gas. Look how we've frozen this, like, solidified. That's awesome. Got to send someone in here to dig this out to reveal this bit of the map. I want to see whether this is connecting properly. It's slowly solidifying the entire thing. And it is still 193 degrees at the top. Means these guys are all running at close to 800 watts. We could increase that a touch. Make that 195, would you? I don't want to make it too high because when these erupt, Fred Fred, the old and George over here, you know, the old overclocked to ridiculous levels. So yeah, when they erupt, we might have to come through and do something about this, because I don't want it touching this ceramics when it's, because it's overclocked, so it's really hot. 2176.9. Melting point 1849. So that is actually hot enough to melt the ceramic and bust this machine. So yeah, we do have to come in here and just cut this off and allow it to pour down wherever it wants to go, I suppose. That was just the kind of thing to kind of direct it towards the spike. The spike was intended to be made fully of diamond, but we ran out. So we made it partially out of steel. It looks kind of awesome, but we also ran out of diamond for the temp shift plates zigzagging up and down. But look at the bottom here, 1100 degrees still. And that temperature passes all the way up to the top where it's about 500. And that door passes all the heat through to the 6 turbines. We've been running on that power for absolutely ages. We haven't even bothered tapping into all of that. Look at that lot. There are bees possible, and there's absolute butt tons of uranium ore and a weird patch of ice. We bust into this side and bricked it in because I thought that would work. So yeah, time to go mining igneous. Yeah, that's true. Ah, I know what I didn't get round to doing. We set this up to filter out bog bucket seeds. And we were setting this up to go in the opposite direction. We need to put a direction here. Set this going the other way. We can... We'll wait for that bit to get to the top, otherwise it will stop on the rail. This is still making fertilizer. Fertilizer! You have to go farmer when you talk about fertilizer. Wait, so that bit... Oh crap, stop now. Right, this bit can go. That's done. We're going to go through this way now. And all we're going to do... give that a direction that way. And I bet they're about to get to bed and not build it. Yeah, they're probably going to get to bed and not build it. That's fine. Right, so that will go that way. And that will go up. Like that. We could get rid of that one now. It's not necessary. We moved it forwards. And then all this can just be deconstructed. That's no longer necessarily. And that will mean that all the bog bucket seeds that we will tell this to sweep up, and all the food. So the bog jelly and the stuff will come up here. Seeds will get taken out and they'll be dropped out here into the water where the fish will devour them. They'll love eating those seeds. They love a good seed. So that might make the fish grow a bit more. If that does work, then we might automate some kind of sending the fish back. The packet fillets back to be turned into more food. Ooh, there's a plug slug there that's hatched. We'll have you. We need another sweetle in here? I think we do. Still set up right. I've forgotten. It's been so long since I've been here. I've forgotten. That's still set for sweetle or not. Yeah, it is. Alright, we'll have the sweetle as well then. Angle that up. When Ellie number 2 wakes up, she can go do that. She hopefully has gained a little bit of speed over time. She was very, very slow. No, she's still 0 athletics. Okay, fair enough. We'll have to put you on the running wheel. And yeah, this is definitely going down over time, so we're not producing enough polluted water. Maybe we'll have to add some from this tank to feed the bog buckets. That's fine. I don't mind doing that. We were like sieving it all and sending it next door. Going to that one now. We need to wait for this to come out of dormancy. As long as Lavinia's got enough water to run on. is this tank here. We want it to be cool enough to feed to the sleet wheat, warm enough to feed to the brittle blossoms. They like it from 5 degrees and up, and they like it 5 degrees and down. So, gotta try and keep it, on 5 degrees if you can. Keep it spot on 5 degrees, and that'll be fine. Bit difficult to manage. Oh, that's the point. We should have some dream diaries over here because we respect LE2 dream diaries, and that means we need to set this thing. Take dream journals. Send them back. It should be here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. How many did we get? 12. 12 kilos of dream journals. Crikey, Ali. You've been doing a lot of dreaming. That bloody cat. Look at it. Stop emptying my bins, you. Ugh, cats. We'll wrangle this fella as well. I was going to make a room for the cats just to stick them out of the way because they're a pain in the butt. Keep emptying all your bins out. Right. This bit has not actually had very much. This one's for the... There's so much dirt piled here that I won't be able to see. Basically, that's where the phosphorite gets dropped in. Does it still count there? Because we can't reach it. Does it still count that we've got it? Yeah, it still says how much we've got. 4,300. Yeah, there you go. It uses such a teeny tiny amount. But it's now making fertilizer. The dupes have no interaction with it. The only thing they do is fill these containers with dirt and phosphorate. And then the machine does the rest. We can stop that as well. Let's make that sweep only now. Yeah, that'll stop them running around putting dirt in there. There's loads in here. That'll last for decades. Doesn't use very much. It uses 65 grams a second. Tiny, tiny amount. And we just tacked it onto the edge of this pipe to feed it some polluted water. Awesome. That's providing us, this is the thing that's giving us our resin. That's where our resin comes from, these plants. Let's see if this is going to work correctly now. That should go this way now instead of that way. We've given it direction things so it doesn't get confused which way it's supposed to go. And it goes up. And it will go all the way along here into the cold storage room. And the way we're preventing this sweeper from just sweeping it out immediately is with the door. It seems like the best way of doing it. Because if you turn the sweeper off or turn that off, then it kind of just drops the materials on the floor. Well, if you turn the sweeper off, it drops the food on the floor. Whatever it's got in its sort of sweeper mouth. Which means it's going to go off. You want it in there where it's kept cold. So the way I got around that was by using a door instead. That way, whatever it's already picked up, it will feed into the loader, and the loader will feed it into the interplanetary launcher. We still haven't tidied up all this mess yet. That's the next port of call, I guess. Lots of mud here. Get rid of that wheat border. We were going to use those things to separate the mud and the water. Just turn it into dirt. I suppose that we could do that. Now we're going to take these conveyor loaders and we're going to add... We're going to scroll all the way down to seeds. Don't really need to pick the seed, but I'm going to. You just set all seeds and then copy settings to there. I think we'll wait until we do that side because this is going to really block up the line for a minute. There we go. Lots of seeds coming through. Feed the fishies. I'm not going to bother feeding them properly and how you're supposed to do it. In a fish feeder and all that. It's just going to drop into the area. These fish will consume it as and when they get close enough. Yeah, they're wandering around. They've got nothing to do. Look, we've automated so much stuff that they literally just have nothing to do. Go back and see Ellie as soon as this is dropped out. Let's see. Drop in. There you go. Seeds are coming. Plop, plop, plop. And the fish will go, yay, it's dinner time at last. Look at them all. They're excited. Food. Bog bucket seed. That'll cheer them up. There you go. I think we can copy that to the other side now. There we go. That can all have a mad sweep up session. That just keeps it neater, so when you look, you can actually see the food growing and you can sort of see what stage it's at. When there's all this junk in the way, you can't really see. There is eggshell to a limit. We could chuck the eggshell in here, or we could just add eggshell to one of these containers up here. I think we'll do that. Let's add eggshell to there. Make sure eggshell is added on here. And it will get sent over next door to the main place and turned into lime. Seems like a much better thing to do with it. Yeah, there you go. Eggshell's already selected. Awesome. So they can bring all the eggshell they can find. They're desperate for work to do. Look at them running. What to do? Yay, there's a job. Eggshell. Most of my dupes have got nothing to do, I think. Let's go back over and see Ellie, the fast Ellie. Ellie number 1, because she's now wiped. Her mind is blank. She has no idea what she's doing. Probably can't even build these pipes. Crikey. What have we got in the way of materials? Igneous rock. Now, should we be making this also out of, like, radiant pipe? I think so. Make it radiant. All the way along. Have we got enough? Ooh, close. One more batch from the volcano, and we should have enough to finish that completely. We'll have the cooling loop set up, coming through this polluted water. It was very annoying at the beginning of the game, and now is proving very useful. And I want to come up here, and I just want to set this thing so it's not such a high mass it's waiting for before it shoots the iso resin home. We can lower that to, say, 50 now? Yeah, let's make it 50. Yeah. 50 kilos, and you can shoot that home. That's wonderful. It might take 2 or 3 days, every couple of days, 2 or 3 days. We'll balance it out. We'll work out what that is. And these two can only manage, like, to provide that with enough power to launch every couple of days. It won't be on a daily basis. But it should be pretty good. We will set Ellie's skills. Let's give Ellie... not Ellie 2, Ellie number 1. Oh, she's here. 41 skill points. Look at you, Ellie. How do you do it? Right, let's give Ellie... Give her rocket piloting just in case I forget later on. I want to make her a rancher. Doesn't have to be good at it, I suppose. You just got to grab a couple of critters and put them in the right room. And that's it, basically. That's all I want her to do. So she should run to that. Get her new skills. There you go. Did I leave this on sweep mode? Don't think I did I? Because the tree is eating. Oh, that's good. Okay. That will just rot then. Turn into a bit of polluted dirt. Fair enough. Getting in here doing that. When's that tree going to... Tungsten volcano going to... Yeah, it's caught up. It's caught up with all the materials. Now it's all empty in here. Everything in there is made of thermium. I think I made one wire out of steel, which I didn't mean to. It seems to be okay, so I'm not going back in there to mess with it. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. The whole system, I didn't think it would work, but it works on the fact that this can sense when it's over 20,000 pressure, and then it activates that and lets the excess water out of the system. which is only really going to work when these turbines are on. So the real test is going to be when it's dormant for ages. We could set that thermosensor to such a temperature that the Aquatune is unlikely to get hot enough to actually run the get it hot enough to make it trigger. Once it's run one more and given us enough tungsten to make the rest of this pipe, then we'll send Ellie home. Ellie can go back home. Thank you for your service, Ellie. I was going to dig this out, but I think I'll just send her home now. That way I can concentrate on Bubbles doing some work. I'm going to suppress that symbol because that'll be annoying. I'm also... Oh, what an idiot. There was one here. I put another one in. Dense puffed. And normal puffed and pufflet. No, Prince. And pufflet. There you go. Beaky puffs. Yep. All the puffs go in there. That's not necessary then. Might just actually get rid of it. Didn't even notice that. I'd already put one in. This one's got to be set to Drecos. They're wandering all over the place and annoying the hell out of me. Oh, there is a... Ah. Dreco, wrangle. I'd rather wrangle the dude. Dreco, wrangle. Dreco. Oh no, not that. Wrangle you as well. Any more wandering around? Annoying me? Nope, I don't see any more. There was one out here somewhere, floating around in space. I think he's gone. We've all got wrangles on, and they should all be brought to here. So I'll let Ellie get that done. Finish this pipe. Back. Right, so we have to decide how the heck are we going to do this. I think that we should come up here. We've got 3 of these guys. And they're pumping into this, but it's not really working anymore because the temperature went wrong. And I think they also got water in them, and we weren't pumping enough from just one to actually grow them all. So what we're going to do now is say, well, they can live on these wildly planted ones for pinch of pepper nuts, but we're going to change this. This is now going to be... now, where are we going to put the plants? Now, this is a good place to put the plants because there's already sweepers set up. You know, and there's already the conveyor loader set up. Send this back. So, that sends it to the food. Goes all the way down and all the way back and all the way under here and then joins this food line, ultimately ending up in the freezer. But I think we're going to hijack this. And I'm lost. There we are. What I'm going to do instead is, yeah, let's get rid of, because we can get rid of this farm there. We can get rid of that one there. Get rid of that one there and get rid of you. And we can put in a row here of the hydroponic farm tiles, but facing the right way up. Yep, facing that way up now. And what's in here now? Phosphorate to feed the plants. See? Deconstruct that, you can go. This will empty slowly into this. Yeah, actually, that's fine. I don't mind that doing that. Nip that off of there and let that pipe get emptied so I can get rid of it. We're going to deconstruct this now. We don't want you anymore. And we can deconstruct the liquid vent. Deconstruct these ladders that are in our way. They were there so that we could harvest that plant, so maybe we need to keep that one. Well, I thought I had to deconstruct on that, but apparently not. Right. They're coming and going, doing one job and then running off. Come and do the job. Crikey. Yeah, we're going to run out of water for our oxygen maker. Our Hydra, as they've become known. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. If we go into this screen and we go to gas, we have got 15,000 kilos of oxygen per tile. On this side, it's over 5,000 hydrogen, which is quite impressive considering it doesn't actually put out that much. Only 112 grams per second of hydrogen. But yeah, that's awesome. I like that. These are the wildly planted ones. If they want those for their lunch, their coffee machine, they can use those instead. I'm going to deconstruct these ladders now. We might have to move this sweeper along a bit. It was in position so it could get all the plants here and this one. It would drop down onto there. But we might move it a little bit. Yeah, it goes right over there. We could move it to there. Deconstruct you, please. Move it to say, yeah, right there. See if that works. Maybe a bit higher. There, please. Now, what's in this one? There's more phosphorus. Right, you can go. Might move this. If we're moving that, we might stand this up over here somewhere. Now, when we made this one, we didn't have the relevant materials. This is only gold amalgam. I'm quite surprised it never overheated. We did think to put in the cooling loop through it. Keep it cool. We've never come in here and replaced them. They were never actually needed it. And this high pressure vent was only made of gold. But if we're going to add all of our... Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. If we're going to add all of our natural gas to it, we need to get to this and attach to this pipe somehow. And then feed all of our natural gas up here. I think the easiest way to do it... Now, the cleanest looking way would be like this. Don't know if we can actually... Oh, we should be able to. Deconstruct that one there. Might be able to. What we're going to do is going to activate all three of these and see just how much they produce. Not much. 67.5 kilos, grams per second. How much does one of these from over here? How much does the thimble reed need? How much reed does the thimble reed need? If a thimble reed needs could be met. It needs oxygen. I thought it could actually be in any atmosphere. Oh, it can. Yeah, okay. 160 kilos a cycle. You gotta be ripping me. In that case, we probably need to make a sour gas boiler. This little poxy thing is barely going to cope with one plant. Can we cope with a sour gas boiler? Can we make one? I was trying to avoid things like that on this series because a lot of YouTubers and that make them. And they kind of like, you know, very normal now. We run out of uranium ore. We've used it all up. We're not making diamonds either. And I was trying to avoid making a reactor as well on this series. Just because, like, they've been done to death by everybody. So I was trying to do something a bit different. Let's go back to Grosselin. See if this thing's actually erupted now. There's materials. Does that mean we have any thermium? No, not thermium. Line it up with that so I can see it. Not thermium. What are we talking about? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Well, I never knew what I was saying in the first place. Hey, when I come down here, down to this one, steel, thermium, insulation, glass. No, no, no. Isoresin, niobium, fullerene. No. Tungsten, there you are. That's what I wanted to see. Not much. How much do we need to finish this? 50 kilos per pipe, is it? We can do 2 pipes. Ah, here comes some. Just on time. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, that's actually stopped running, so we definitely could extend the cooling loop further. Or we could make it run a bit colder, you know? Could make it run a bit chillier. Which is, what is it down to now? 30 degrees. We could try knocking it down to 25. I don't want to make it too cold. How much do the mushrooms like it at? Anywhere from 5 to 30. No, we could definitely make it a little bit colder then. On the cooling loop of doom. Bristleberries, oh yes. They can come here. The sweeper will grab them up very quickly. Feed them to the tree of doom. They will now be making their way, those bristleberries. Anytime we get food, we'll come here and just let this mini pod have it. And there it comes. Bristleberries to feed the greedy tree. Well, supposed to be grumpy. I think he looks quite happy, especially when he's eating. I think this one is just annoying me by floating around everywhere. Or we might murderize him before we go. Being as I can't seem to wrangle him. All the other guys have been put in this room, that's what I wanted. Oh, 5 cycles save game. Sounds good to me. Time for a drink. All I can say is it's a good job it's not alcoholic. Otherwise, every 5 cycles, I'd get more and more hit. My voice would become more and more slurred as the stream went on. That'd be brilliant. Slowly getting drunk during your stream. No, that's bad. Right. See if she's going to wake up and do things. Are you going to wake up and do stuffs? Yeah, no, she's busy chatting on the phone. Come on, Ellie. Got work to do, mate. I don't mind seeing these two running all the time because this one produces, on average, over 100 grams a second, and so does this one, over 100 grams a second. So on average, they only consume 100 grams a second each. So, you know, we know that they can both run 24/7. As long as they're cooled, they can run 24/7 and it won't matter. Do we try and lower this temperature? Or do we extend the loop? There we go. 1 tungsten loop of doom. That's awesome. Oh, dear. I don't know if the poor aquatuna can cope, but we'll try. I want to see if this automation is actually working. It's not hot enough in here. So the power is off, so it won't send any resin down. I don't think the aquatuna on its own can get it hot enough to run. Which means that after its dormancy in nearly 10 cycles. After it's gone dormant, this might build back up with a bit more resin. I was hoping to have this out of here by now. Let's actually increase it to 20. I don't think the old aquatuna running can quite get it hot enough. Can get it to 130, which possibly would be enough. Pop some iso resin into pop some resin into iso resin. Because if we click on the resin up here, not the liquid pump, the resin itself, We click on that. It turns to steam gas at 125 and forms a solid resin. No, hang on. It evaporates at 125. So yeah, we could theoretically lower that to 125 and keep running the resin while it's while that's dormant. But the reason I don't want to do that, and there is a good reason, is because it evicts the extra water in the system, the extra pressure. By the steam turbines have to be running. It triggers this to send that water out, that pressure out of the system. So it would be very unlikely at like 20 a day or something, whatever we've got these set to, that you could overpressure the system, but it is feasibly possible that you could overpressure the volcano. The vents can overpressure at 1,000 kilos, which is a hell of a lot. But the volcanoes only overpressure at 150, I believe, kilos of pressure. So, yeah. This is only getting to 20 kilos of pressure. 20,000 grams. So, theoretically, you could overpressure the volcano, and then it would never be able to erupt. And that would be a shame. So, I don't really want to go any, like on this temperature, any lower than 135. Because I want it to be enough temperature to run the turbines. If you go to 125, which is the minimum temperature that the turbine can run at, you run the risk of the turbines not running, and then it can't evacuate the extra gas, and then you'll overpressure your system. So yeah, that's why I chose 135. It seems like an arbitrary number, but it was actually picked on purpose. Let's see if we've got, not the pipe, I want the temp shift plate, see if we've got enough to build another one. Nope, it's clay. I would like to get one there, and one on the end before we go. That would be nice. No, it seems a shame to murderize that pufflet. We'll leave him. I'd rather they were in this room. Something else getting swept out. A bit of oxalite. Awesome. I like this system. There's old Ellie just sat there, idle. Nothing to do. You've done everything. You've got to wait for this to erupt one more time before you can do any more. I want to put some more temp shift plates in. What we could get her to do is to dig this ladder down a bit further. Is there enough igneous rock to do so? Yes, probably. Come down to there if you want. He can't dig it because I haven't given her the skills to do it. Okay. Poor old Ellie. Let's go to skills. I took away her ability to dig. Vistalite mining. There you go. That's what you needed. You'll have to go all the way back to there now to get the skill. And then come all the way back here to do it. Awesome. I would like to sweep that junk. And you can tell I watched the Goonies again the other day. Chuck that junk out of the way. Or chuck the chunk out of the way, please. Where are we? 0.4 of a cycle, and then it will run again. It's nice to see all your machinery working nicely. Now, if I was going to rebuild it, I'd probably put 3 steam turbines on and have 2 auto sweepers either side with their own conveyor loaders set up both sides of it. Because this sweeper could only reach to there. I bricked in this, which technically means this turbine was actually only running on 4 of its vents. Can't run on the 5th one, which is blocked in the wall. And also just make sure everything here is obsidian. You don't even really want to use ceramic because potentially it could get to 3,700 degrees. That's why I wasn't sure if 20,000 pressure would be enough for it to run. It seems to be. It's running quite nicely, so it seems to work quite well. I would prefer a lot more steam pressure. Then you would get constant power, even while it's kind of gone dormant for a long time. There would be a lot of potential power stored in the steam. But yeah, this only goes to 20,000 max. So, well, we tried, and it works. So, good. There is some igneous rock up there. If you were to place a ladder there, 1, 2, 3, 4, you wouldn't quite be able to reach it. If you were to do a ladder there and there, yeah, do that as a higher priority. You won't have to go so far to get your get some igneous to build with. Awesome. I think that's a success story. It's a success. I would like to get that just running before we go. So let's see if we can stop, nip, and link together. Boom. Now that will add out of this tank. I want to see if there's any spare water left in there when we are done. Polluted water. Because it might be a case of I just want to quickly add a bit more to it. That could be quite easy. We could use one of those mini pumps. Mini liquid pump. And just maybe put it right here. Just add some more to the tank. Put it right here, maybe. And add it straight to this line. I don't know. Aha! Space Station L. No, not you. You. Now, why don't you take your suit off? Not not your clothing, your suit. Right. What's happened to this thing? Oh. Power. Oh, right, okay. I see what's happened. You've probably just sat there, have you? Yeah, it's got no power. Well, that's a problem. Abandon ship. No, don't do that. Fuel cord. Diamond 1000. Yeah. It looks like she did a few, but she's run out of power now. So what we're going to do is slightly modify the... I don't want that set to any rocket platform. I want to check which rocket platform I wanted to land on, which is rocket platform 81. Let's go back to there and change that to rocket platform. Well, of course it's obstructed, you muppet. Ugh, supposed to be obstructed. Go back to our map. Pick our rocket. See if it will let us check. Rocket platform 140, no thanks. We want to automate it. Land on 81, but it won't let us pick it. Okay, well, what we'll do instead, we'll tell her to come back. Change your destination. Just go to there, will you? Right, that way we can open these. This will automatically open. And then, yeah. One of these needs to be set to, that's meteor showers. That's the adaptable Venisat, that's this one. And that's that, Space Station L. Yeah, this one, no automation wire, that's why that's not letting me do it, because I never connected it. Ah, okay, right. This one comes from, it sends a green signal when the rocket's on the platform, that comes down, runs around here, triggers that, and triggers that for the fuel reloader. And comes from, yeah, where's it coming from? Yeah, it comes from, sends a green signal when it's ready. Yeah, green signal launch rocket. There's this bit that sends the signal to launch the rocket. And that is the one that comes down here, across here, and up into the rocket, into the scanner. So when it says, okay, the rocket's ready to load, ready to launch, it will automatically retract all the gantries and open the doors. In this case, it opens all the doors for both of these rockets, but we could have snipped that and said no, but it's simple enough. So this one is where we want it to land, but we need to connect its satellite, its scanner to it. That's why it won't let us land there, because it's like not got anywhere to land. It's only seeing the open ones, which are over here, which probably these ones here. That's what it wants us to land on, because they're available to land. But because this one hasn't been automated correctly, we only automated these two. I need to take the signal from this part here. Yeah, this one's from there. I need this signal. Rocket is ready for flight. Launch the rocket. We need to get that wire somehow for this space scanner. Now, what's the best way of doing that? Well, the best way of doing that is with tungsten. So we discovered we were making it out of thermium, assuming that the 900C was brilliant, but actually it works out that it's not the case. Because they don't have an overheat temperature, these cables. They just have a melting temperature. Like steel will melt at 2400. And well, we've only got tungsten here now. But tungsten, let's go to, which one's tungsten? That one. Melts at 3400. So, yeah. You're going to use wires underneath your rockets. You need to make them out of tungsten. It's pretty much the only material that can do it. We need to run this through here somehow and get up to this maybe here. How should we go? We're coming to there. Let's go up here. Yeah, that seems legit. We'll just go like so. Radiation. Don't worry about it. It's only a bit of radiation. I'm sure you won't mind. Probably. Right, so we'll build a few of these over this so we can get through. And we'll need another one there. Flip it. Rotate it. Yep. So there we go. We did wire it up. We did give it its own satellite, but forgot to connect it to its launching system. That's why it didn't work and all these got broken. So, is this all being made out of tungsten? Well, we've got enough tungsten. We've got a tungsten volcano tamed. What the hell's this achievement then? Huh. Righty-ho, let's see. Did it say anything? It usually pops, doesn't it? One of them. Red bolts travel accumulated. No, it wasn't that. Build a launch pad on a world without a teleport. No, we did that already. Oh well. Once that's done, we'll come back and try and see if we can automate that launch, that landing. Supposed to be automated. And the automation for the refueling and the rewatering is all in place. So if we can do that, it should automatically land. Right, here we go. Good job, good job. They're desperate for some work to do, these guys. We'll do that. That's perfect. There we go. Now go through there. Awesome. I've written over it, haven't I? Never mind, it's fine. I'll build it. Back to our project, our little baby in the making. It's baby making, crikey. No, we're doing that this episode. Right. Looks good to me, Chief. So if we now check the automation wire, this is now green because it's hot enough now. It's over the 135. It's hot enough to drop some. Let's see where we are on the list. Come on. Oh, it would be the bottom one probably. It would be the bottom one if I'd remembered to connect it. Now it's connected. Now that one can... Yeah. That one should pulse this and allow some iso resin, some normal resin to be turned into iso resin down into the system. There we go, let's watch. That triggers just for a moment. Sends a few packets down. Yeah, it's sending a bit more than it should because I've got this reset as low as I could get it. 0.2%. It's kind of just the easiest way to do it, I guess. There are more complicated ways of making a much more accurate pulse that's very, very quick. But this is just as good. That drops in, turns into iso resin. Extra steam gets pumped into the room. That gets ejected. That automatically comes on and ejects the extra water until the pressure goes correct again, which it has, turned off. And iso resin is now on a very long journey. Cool down. We got 75 degrees already, and this bit 113, but there's a lot more of it. And now it's got to wiggle its way through all of this. Oh, awesome sauce. I like it. She's finished her ladder down here. And she's got a little ladder there to get the rest of this igneous. Sweep that up. We'll have that, please. And what else is there to do? I wanted to check if we've got enough water in our loop. Our tank. It's actually gone down in temperature to 19 degrees in here. That's awesome. But I think I'd like to add a bit more water to the loop. I think what we've got in there... Well, no, that's fine. Got over 1,000 kilos water in its cooling loop. And it's running all the way through here and coming back at 32 degrees before it gets cooled. Comes out at... Oh, 18 degrees. There you go. That's why that's gone down. That's awesome. That's actually got colder since we extended the cooling loop. This should slowly drop in temperature now, this loop. Excellent. If we wanted to add a bit of the old tungsten to the system, we can add it and send that as well. I'll probably leave that to cool down. Now, that can just stay in the water and chill out. Yeah, there's a lot of junk there. We'll probably try and sweep some of this out of the way. I do like to be able to see what I'm doing. Very difficult to see. There is iso resin there. We could definitely add that to the system. Let's untick the tungsten for a minute. Drop off the sweep only. And add iso resin. Not manufactured. No, it's a rare resource if I remember. Yeah, there it is. Sweeper, can you just add that bit of iso resin? Thank you very much. And there we go. We got a little bit. We can do that when there's no dupe here. That doesn't need them to be in it. And if we want to stop it. Wrong button, sorry. If we want to stop it, we just go sweep only. And then it will not put anything else in it. What temperature did this get to? Sat there for ages. 33 degrees. That's beautiful. That's perfect temperature to go to space in. 33 degrees in space. And this thing has probably already just fired some more. I think it has. Launch cost. Has that gone up? That seems like it's gone up. Launch cost. And yeah. Now this seems to be legit. all seems to be working. That's all powered, so that will keep sending down little small amounts of resin. Got to work out a balance. How much food are we sending, and how much do we need to pump out? You know, then once we've got a balance, as long as this amount of resin is going down, I'm not bothered. Eventually, it will catch up, won't it? Probably. But it is going to be dormant for a very long time, so it'd be nice to get a decent amount of resin out of the system. There's another bit automatically going, and once that fills up, this thing. Ooh. One just got shot off into space, I think. Let's up to the star map and take a look. You can see it coming out there. There it is. Oh, boom. Interplanetary payload. Unreachable. Oh, yeah. Not surprised that's unreachable. So, let's check if they've actually done the wires yet. If they've done all those wires, should be able to change this destination. Orbiting Lavini. Can we go to actually landing on Lavini? And is 81 available now? No. In that case, we'll just orbit again. Go and check and see what's going on. That's wrong. Have we connected the wires yet? No, that's why. That would explain it, wouldn't it? Thought you'd be done by now. There you go. That's been running all that time. I thought it was connected. And it wasn't. Do that last one. Thank you. That comes down, jumps over, goes straight the way through here and connects to this one. That will control the gantries and control the door opening closing. And it has a scanner with a scan quality of 4%. That's crap. What's going on here? Can you dig that chunk out of the way for me? 4%. That's crap. Why are you so low? Why are you so low? As long as you make their floors out of glass, they can actually see through each other. Now, they don't like it very much, but, you know, they don't like being too close to things. Like these ones over here are nicely spread apart. I think it's 15 tiles. 16 on the left, 15 on the right, something like that. And then you could probably improve it a little bit more. Making sure this was open as well. I think that might be far enough away. No power. Uh-oh. Why have you got no power, pal? Oh. Okay, your lead wire broke. Well, that's kind of expected, isn't it? Let's make it out of steel. I think it got a bit hot. Hey, what's that bit for anyway? That's what I was doing. I was trying to get rid of this piece here so it doesn't have less chance of melting. Let's cancel that bit. That's not necessary. Deconstruct that. Excellent. Things are tidying up. We're getting stuff sorted. So this is now done. Let's go back to the star map and see if it will let us land the rocket on the correct platform now. No, it won't. Maybe it will when she gets closer, so we will, because it will sense this will sense its rocket coming home. Now it's gone up to 7%. We got rid of that chunk out of the way. This is a tiny little window for it to see through, but it only needs to see its rocket. When the rocket's landed and you take it off, then it should see its rocket coming back. I think that's why it's not seeing it now. So when it's in space, right over Lavini, should be able to tell it to land here because its scanner will see it. Automatically open the door. Okay, awesome sauce. Go back to Grosling. We should be pretty much done here now. I think there's a little bit of polluted I'd like to get rid of, but it's not hugely important. And loop is running. Everything seems to be in order. Yep, it's running back 32 degrees. Coming out here at 18. Leaving here at 18 degrees. That might even be, a bit too low. Oh, that's beautiful. I like it. This little packet here is quite hot of the toilet water. I was going to just pop an extra, say, there, just to make sure that heat doesn't come into, we'll do both sides of the bay sort of thing. So hopefully no heat comes out of that. Ooh, the volcano is going to erupt again. All totally automated, all by itself. This thing should just now run forever. As long as we keep providing food to the experiment, it will keep making resin, and this will automatically keep dropping the resin in here. It might not work very well while the volcano is not erupting, but I expected that. That was fine. Hopefully we can get through a decent amount of it, of the resin. I'll put it back up to 30. Because that's good. We can adjust that without a dupe being here. Right. I'm going to give her some more rocket pilotry skills, I think. Ellie. Let's go rocket piloting. Rocket piloting 2, yeah. Give you those skills there. And the exosuit training. Perfect. Go and get those skills up. Go and get those skills up. While you're doing that, I'm just going to pop back to Lavini and double check. This was her platform 324. We'll see if it'll let us land her on 324. We go to here. Hello, AT. How are you doing? Let's go change destination. We'll go to Lavini and we'll see if it'll, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Change destination. Don't go anywhere yet, please. Yeah, 324 is set, so don't do anything yet. Want crew up. What's the question, AT? How are you doing? Got a question? Question away. Right, we've got her on board. ATP. I'll do good. I shall do the same. Let's go change destination. We'll set it to there. Not any platform. No. So let me change it now. Go. 324. It selected it. There you go. Begin launch. Bye, little planet. We've done it all well. We worked hard. We automated. Just hoping this solar panel doesn't get damaged, but it might do. Who knows? Bye. Bon voyage. Let's go to Space Station L. And when it lets us see, Ellie can unequip her suit for the journey. Yeah, it's going to be a boring journey. Sorry, Ellie. What's the resin doing running through the tungsten setup? Well, okay, let's go back to Grosselin. So what we do is we came here and we wanted to feed the tree. So on a different island, on the Elita, we send bog jellies over. They get automatically delivered here, unopened, and fed to the tree. The tree makes the resin, and we use the tungsten volcano and the and the thermal aquatuner to turn that resin into iso resin, and we send the iso resin home as a solid material in here. We've got 11 kilos of iso resin sat in there at the moment. There's another chunk about to join it. There's a bit there. 40 degrees. ISO resin. Another piece there. 34 degrees. And that will slowly build up until the red bolt generator can power it up. It's all fully powered, actually. We could probably lower that to, 20 kilos. We've got to work out how much it produces and whatever. So if it's hot enough in this room, which is run by this thermosensor, if it's over 135 degrees, that powers this liquid meter valve, which we have set to 30 kilos. You technically boil the resin, and it turns into steam. We click on the resin, click on there, turns into steam at 125 degrees. It'll turn into steam. To make sure it's definitely going to create enough steam to run the turbines, we've set it a little bit hotter than that, 135. As long as it's over 135 degrees, it can send down the resin in small amounts, all automatically. Comes down this pipe. Here comes some now. There we go. Resin comes down. And it's got a very low temperature point, so it will burst into steam and iso resin all at the same time. Let's come out of this view so we can see it. But we'll use this left one vent. Basically, you didn't even get to see it form liquid. Instantly turned to iso resin, and this pressure sensor goes, hell, there's a lot of pressure in here, and chucks out some extra water into space just to relieve the pressure in this room. The iso resin goes on a merry journey around this water to cool it off before it gets sent home. So now, theoretically, this should be a totally automatic setup. It should be. At this point, if we've done it right. But the big test is obviously sending the dupe home and seeing if it runs. It's not going to run for much longer because this is going to go dormant in 6.9 cycles. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like it. We've run our cooling loop right the way through this pond, trying in the vain hope to keep it cool enough. We've also got a little setup here so that the tungsten that comes out gets dropped here. And we can, if we want to, add the tungsten, take that sweep only off. We can add tungsten to this without a dupe being here. So if we want to send the tungsten home, we can. But at the moment, this is just for the iso resin. Send that back to the main planet, where we turn it into insulation and whatever we want to turn it into, basically. And petroleum boiler. Been ticking away nicely for ages. 1,391 times this door has opened and dropped resin in, magma in. Got resin on the brain. But yeah, we got a lot of magma there. I literally had to stop one of the oil wells from running because we were running out so much of the crude oil. Target is not erupting. Nope, that's true. On that erupting target is these guys. There's George. George the volcano. Thank you, ATP. That's cool. I appreciate the follow. And Fred. So we've got Fred and George, the volcanoes, feeding this spike of doom, which has solidified all of this. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I really do. I think we might come down a little bit deeper and just dig this way. I can see what's going on with the magma there. But you got to be so careful because they love a bit of igneous that's like 1,000 degrees or whatever, you know. They'll come and grab it and they'll take it into the base through your crude oil liquid lock. And you can guarantee that the moment they decide to go lunch will be when they're stood right in the middle and they'll drop 1,000 degree lump of igneous in the middle of your liquid lock. And then you'll end up with a base full of sour gas. All this used to be full of magma. It's just kind of dropped. I think it turned into little pieces of igneous. We also made another device. Now let's just check the temperatures. Make sure it's not too high. 820. No, that's lovely. 820. You can all run at 820 for ages. That's been running pretty nicely. Yeah, where's the other one? There's a gold one we set up that does a similar thing. Bit overkill with the 2 steam turbines, but never mind. Yeah, we set this baby up. Dormant at the moment, but it basically kicks out all the igneous, gets cooled down in this cooling pool that's minus 34 degrees. That's turned this to ice, which helps this radiate as well. Helps it condense. Lovely. And it sends the igneous all the way around here, all the way down. Yeah, miles of wires and cables and crap. Drops it in here, and this sends it through here. It used to have 4 farms, but it only produces enough to run the 2. Oh, I don't think it quite produces enough. Yeah, it does. There's 8 in each, so runs the 2. The excess get put in this room with a little drowning trap. And there's one random one wandering around here, so let's remove him from the equation. This is the nursery room. I never set a task before checking the schedule. There's a chance to have my oops stop the task and just go idle. Yeah, well, we may have 1 or 2 shove voles in our system. How many we got? 19. It looks more. 12 eggs. And this system has run nicely since we set it up. It just sweeps out all the eggshell and eggs and whatever. This is the nursery. They come in as babies and are auto-wrangled out at 0 when they become adults. So if it can be put into here, then it does, because these are on a 9. And if it can't, then it gets put in the evolution chamber, as Francis John would probably call it. Evolve it to its next state. Now there's a chunk of meat going to lay there. This was kind of a half successful, not really kind of situation here. It was just our water tank that we kind of wanted the Pacu fillets. We tried this one with the door thing where the eggs, when they turn into fries, they either go this way if there isn't enough critters, or they go this way and just drop into the tank. But for some reason the dupes will not come and take the fish out of the thing, so it's not working right. If I do the remove, the sweeper will put another egg in, but the dupes just don't come and remove the fish and put it in the relevant. Well, that's not going to work, is it? That one's locked. Oh, I probably left it locked. That was a stupid thing to do. Right, let's unlock that one. If they could have access, they probably would put it in there. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And then ages ago, we put in a gas tank full of natural gas and fed it to there so that we can have our delicious surf and turf. But our food is going down. It's definitely going down. We had well over 20,000 calories of barbecue, and now we've only got 2,000 calories of barbecue. Yeah. I think in the long term we need to figure out how we're going to increase the amount of hatches we have if we want to bump up our supply. Or maybe have another ranch of these guys, the shovels. The only way to get more of them would be to feed them, and they are hungry little blighters. Do that. This worked really well until we ran out of polluted dirt to feed them. That's kind of ended there. And this has worked shockingly well, even though it's a crappy little radiation lamp. It's worked really well. Let's go back to Grosselin. Not Grosselin. Yeah, Eater. And send over some more. I think that would be a good idea. Is there a pip here to empty our container for us? Probably. Pain in the arse. You can't kill cats. It's just not right. You can't do it. So I would like to put in here some... Now, where is it? I always get the wrong place. Not a rare resource. Is it a refined material? No, it's not refined. Is it a raw? Metal ore. There we go. Let's see. Uranium. Please put some uranium ore in there. That should give them some work to do, shouldn't it? Not allowed by schedule. Look, you pain in the ass cat. Stop arguing with the sweeper. The sweeper's more than going to keep putting it back in. You're going to keep taking it back out again. Crikey. What's this set to? Wheels should be set to wheels. Yeah. Why didn't these guys get put in there then? Didn't they get put in there? I think we'll just get that cat. We'll stick him in. Stick him in there. No, we won't do that. That's mean. Oh, look. Sleep. 400 power each. One of them's died. There's a chunk of meat there. Now we could put him in here. They'd probably be yeah, they're not very happy. But never mind. I think we'll put the cat in there. Just to get it out of our way. Pip, it's already set up. Okay, good. No, not attack. Can't do that. Angle the pip. I was so careful to put this liquid filter in, thinking we'd pump out all this water. And it's never pumped out. Not even a tiny amount of water. Watch that sweeper. Grabs it. What are you doing harvesting? You're not supposed to be harvesting. Are you? No, that's Ellie's job. What the hell are you doing it for? Because Ellie's too bloody slow, probably. Yeah, I guess. Well, she's up there wrangling. They must have so little work that they're actually doing farming jobs. Let's check our star map and see whether our intrepid astronauts are in space. 0.7 cycles. View interior. No. This one's okay. Because I've got to make sure they put their suit back. Worn out my suit. Crap. Uh-oh, Bubbles. You're going to be in trouble, mate. Your atmo suit is worn. Yeah, that's not good, is it? I think that means in future rockets, I'm going to put a container with at least sort of like 2 atmo suits in. So that we always know that the astronauts got themselves a suit to put on. Because you can't even tell them to put that on now. You can't repair it. He doesn't have any materials. Or she. They, them. No, we might have to lock this door. No leaving, Bubbles. You're not allowed out, because you'll get singed when you land. Will. Now, there is a reason. I go back to my adaptable Venisat. There's a reason the food is in the bathroom. And yes, it still counts as a bathroom, even with a fridge in it. The reason for that is that I'm just going to eat a rad pill. Oh, they've actually put in animation for the eating of the rad pill. Usually they just stand there. Yeah, the reason the food is in there and it's 2 tiles away from the hand sanitizer is that the dupe has to come past the hand sanitizer to get the food. It means they always wash their hands when they're about to eat. It's the best place to put the fridge, right by the toilet. Let's go back to the star map and see where she is. 0.5 of a cycle. So she'll stop there. She's not going to land automatically because it wouldn't let me program it. No. When she gets there, it might do. I'm hoping it will. Let me automate it a bit. This actually worked surprisingly well as well, didn't it? Cooling things down. Let's put in... Oh, we've put 1 plant in. But we now need to feed this to there. I think we need to make it on a much... much bigger, you know. I don't think we're even going to get enough water from this. Get rid of that bridge there. I don't think we're going to make enough water from this to even feed one thimbleweed. We'll need a bunch. So it might be a case of we visit... Nope. No, we've already been out. That's where we robbed our bit of niobium from. Though I'd love to get in this room. There's an archaic tech. Yeah. Doom artifact. Poor old rover. Was it this one? No. Was it? Oh, it was H. H. Tuelin. Tuelin. Yeah. Here. We dropped. The rovers built this huge long ladder all the way down. And we dug out all the graphite we could get. We can go back and get some more graphite later on. But I think there was supposed to have been a volcano there. We've got this cool cool slush geyser here, which produces polluted water. And we've got this one that produces salt water. And we've got all this normal water as well. So we could come back here. I don't even know if there's something else hidden in this area. But we could definitely use this polluted water at minus 10 degrees and make ourselves a whole bunch of reed fibers. And what's the... looks like not brilliant here. Not hugely brilliant. Interesting. So that's one of our options, is to go to there and produce our reed fibers from here, from this cool cool slush geyser. It would need warming up. Like we could run the pipes through all this water and absorb a lot of heat from all this water to warm it up, just temporarily. Once the water's cooled down too much, which would take a very long time, then we'd do something else with it, warm it up. I haven't even been here yet. Sandura. Might be an idea to drop a rover here. So I think they can dig through most of this crap. They can reveal the map for us. Go back to the star map. See how close she is now. 0.2. She should be very close to docking. I've had a problem with the dupes that are on the rockets. If you use a door like we've done on this one, view interior, you use a door and you block their exit with a door, they still come out when the rocket lands. So, I don't know, they seem to ignore the fact that there's a pneumatic door that they can't get through. They just come out. So, I'm not sure how to bypass that problem. You can't have them wearing a suit the entire time they're on the rocket, because that could be a very long time. Let's pop back to Grosselin and see if our automation is working. I see bits of iso resin up in and throwing and cooling down. 90-degree piece there. And 1,000 grams in that piece. This piece is so much hotter because there's 9 kilos there. That's why it's taking its time to cool it down. I mean, we could put a temperature sensor somewhere here, and if it's over a certain temperature, it gets sent back along here and dropped back in. The sweeper puts it back on the line again, and it goes back through to have another cooling. There's all sorts of things you can do. One of the things we've done on Lavini, which I really think worked really well, is over this way, past our picture frame. That's a nice photo. Opportunity is this. I think this worked really well. We built this fairly earlier on, and the iron comes out of here. Similar system to what we've used in the past. When it comes out, it comes through here, this sensor. That one's set for, I think, gold, and this one's set for iron. When it drops out into the room, there's the iron. It sets off this buffer ticking, which ticks for 90 seconds, and then allows the auto sweeper to run. So it gives all the material in here, all of it, 90 seconds to cool down for the temperature of this crude oil, as much as it can in 90 seconds. And then it moves on, and it sweeps it out. That becomes live again and sweeps out. I think that just works so nicely. We could have done that again on Grosselin, but I thought, there's a whole floor of crude oil, of polluted water. We might as well take use of it. Use that to dump all our heat. It might not be working the best, but hey. As long as it takes some of the temperature out. Yeah, this is still powered, so we can click on one of these. That will be the first one to activate. And that will send a reset to pulse, which will allow this to run. Nice. And we also stuck in our own little mushroom farm on it as well. A couple of sweepers. Used up all the slime that we could find. And we've also got this set to slime as well. We could potentially actually send slime here to keep this farm going when it runs out of slime. I think that's a 5-cycle save game. It's a bit frozen. Yeah, it's making a weird noise while it's frozen, while it saves the game. My poor computer's going, no, there's too many pipes and wires and rails and things going everywhere. But that's pretty good. I like it. There it goes. Let's check our star map. And the adaptable Veneset is now... let's go change. I want to see if it will let me... I don't want it to just land anywhere. So let's go on to Lavini. And come up to our rocket platform, which now should be connected. Oh, the Vanderbilt. Yeah, was it grayed out? Launch path obstructed. Well, of course it is. Obstructed because we've got an override control. Now we can open it. It's supposed to be automated. The other one, because it took off from here, it should automatically land here. That's what I'm hoping for. Done it before. But this one, because we didn't set up the space scanner to it until after it had already left, I didn't realise I hadn't actually connected it. So, once that's open, where are you going? What you doing? Dean? Oh. Dean? She was waiting for that door to open, wasn't she? Right, okay, we should be able to click here. Tell it to land. At this point we can turn off the override, I think. Probably. It should now run properly now. There we go. Let's see if our rocket will land. The gantries have automatically come in. Our rocket comes down. Before the rocket lands, just quickly go on. Can't tell her to put the suit on though. Ah, crap. I have locked this door. Hopefully she won't come out and get cooked to a cinch. But never mind. We'll find out if she does. I have had a couple of issues where that's happened. And the rocket lands. The automation kicks in. The rocket is sensed as landing. The gantries all come out. And the liquid automatically starts refueling. The water automatically starts refueling. Both fully automatic. And she hasn't come out. That's nice. We can wait for this temperature to just disappear into space. Make it safe. It's not exactly safe, but it's safe enough. View interior. We'll have to let her out. She hasn't got a suit on, so we're going to have to follow her and make sure she actually... Storing materials. No, you're not. You're going to go straight inside and put a suit on. That's where you're going, pal. Right, hold your breath and run. So that's filled that now, so it's bypassing it. And I don't know why this is doing this. That doesn't need to do that anymore. And it's coming around. This one's already filled, so it's just going to bypass that. When it gets to this sensor, it will trigger that to go green, which will pass down here. There we go. That goes green, resetting the counter, stops the flow. Turns off this liquid shutoff, and the flow is off. This will do the same once it's filled this. It's filled that tank. Now we're going to start filling this tank. When that tank is full as well, it will flow over. This one, which only has one tank, which is already full, flow past that and do a similar thing there. That sensor. It has a filter on it for 5 seconds, just to make sure it's not a random blob of petrol in the pipe, which occasionally happens. And you don't want it triggering just when one random blob comes through. You want it to make sure it's like for several seconds. And it'll reset this 1 to a 0, which will turn off the liquid shut off, stop the flow of petrol. This does have a limitation that if 2 rockets landed at the same time or very similar times, it could potentially shut off the fuel before one of the rockets was filled. This one's just automatically retracted. These doors will start opening because our other rocket, the Space Station L, is home. We're going to tell her to put on her Atmos suit. Ellie, done a good job, Ellie. On your suit. When this opens, the rocket can land through all this regolith, but it can't take off through it. So I think they should allow the shipping, these robo-miners, to actually go through these doors, because they don't. You can't shoot through the door. Those doesn't work. So I don't know how they expect you to clear all of this crap out of the way. Some of it falls down, which is why we've got a glass barrier. But some of it is like dirt and stuff that stays in place. Now, if you were trying to launch a rocket, it would be very upset with you. You landing? You're landing. Where you gone? Oh. Opened in plenty of time. She's still quite far away. 70 seconds away. There you go. Mission control speed boost as well. Nice. We'll manually dig this out for now. That would be nice if that was automated, but trying to think of a nice way to do it. And all you need is this sort of one door wide section for them to just see their rocket coming home. That one detects meteor showers and closes its door to protect them. And that one's for the rocket, that one's for the rocket, and of course, you need one for every rocket. You don't have to put them all in this spot. They could be over here, where these are all open. That's where we've got our meteor blasters that are slowly overheating. Disable auto repair. Yeah, don't auto repair them. I want to see if they melt. They're getting hot. Maybe we can use them somehow. Melt rocket into. No, you couldn't put it on an interior, could you? Wouldn't have anything to shoot at. So this should now automatically land. Space Station L. This rocket is suspended in space with no destination. It shouldn't be. There's the destination. Mind yourself, might get a bit toasty there. Yeah, she's going to run right under that exhaust. Look at that. Crikey. And then, automatically, the rocket lands. Gantries extend. He comes out and starts working. That's the way she is. Doors automatically shut. Nice. And petroleum has already... This is the problem I was talking about. The petroleum's already turning off because it was flowing to this one. Because they both landed at a similar time. But this one triggered. Refill the water. Probably doesn't need a huge amount. There you go. That's already refilled. Nice. Trigger that to run the petrol again. Because it ran... no, this one. We want it to run this again. Goes from here, from this one to say there's a rocket on the platform. Just says a green signal when there's a rocket on the platform. And comes up here, triggers this, and triggers that for the water in that. That's all we really need to do. Separate that and say, right, land again. Now that's changed to 1. That will now allow the petrol to flow. It'll allow the water to flow, probably. No, that's okay, because it's going over that. Not. That's the only limitation I can see, is if 2 rockets happen to land at the same time, that's going to happen, because if there's petrol going over this sensor, then it's not going to trigger again. You could get away with that. You could get around it by having a number of these shafts. So you could have like 1 for each rocket and have the petrol connected to each one. So you could individually control the rocket fuel. It'd go through the same line, but that would be a way of bypassing the problem. Now when this petrol reaches, because this one's already filled. There you go, keep flying past. It will fill this one. When it reaches here, it will then turn that off again. Using these weird signal counters. I thought that was a different way of using them. It seemed to work nicely. It does have a slight limitation, like I said. But anyway, that's all fun and games. I'm gonna take a break. Stop talking for a while. Talking for hours. Hours and hours. So, I think that's a good place to leave it. We've fully automated Grosselin. Finally, everything's all done. We'll let it run and see if there's any like things that we might need to come back and tweak. But that was the goal for today. Get that finally finished up. Send Ellie home. Done that. We've done a few other little bits and bobs. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, I thank you very much for watching. Please consider dropping a like, subscribe if you can. That'd be great. If you're watching this on VODs later on, you know, maybe you could join me live next time. That'd be awesome. Feel free to drop a follow if you can. Great. Okay, I'll see if I can find someone to raid out. I'll catch you all later. Cheers.